Hello and welcome back to a special vlog here on the channel. Yes, it's finally happened. Universal is coming to the UK or Great Britain or Bedford. I don't know what they've got to call it, but it's coming. Oh my God, I can't believe it. Today has just been working and looking at my phone, at social media and seeing all the amazing stories and videos and conspiracy theories about what's going to happen and what rides are coming and what areas. I just wanted to sit down and talk about my thoughts about it, but straight off the bat it looks amazing. From the concept art that was released today on the 9th of April 2025, it's just, I can't believe it. Like, yeah, it's unreal, especially for the UK theme park industry and people in the surrounding areas as well, because it'd be able to create hundreds of thousands of jobs. In fact, it's 28,000 people are got to be working on this, on the construction, and then once it's complete, they reckon there's probably about 8,000 working on the park, 20,000 to construct it over 6 years or even 5 years, because they've got to start building next year. But like, as soon as it's got the go ahead and the green light and they've stuck the spade in the ground and taking the pictures with all the diggers next to him and stuff like that. I mean, I've been in construction industry now for 20 years and I know a lot. So yeah, in this video I'm going to talk about all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I've just basically got this little setup first. You can see I've got a reference here. I already had this. I love Mario and gaming and stuff. So unfortunately, straight off the bat, we're not getting Nintendo World at Universal Studios Great Britain, which is pretty sad, but there's plenty of hang on, just got my phone so I can live stream it or have a preview of what I'm actually filming, because I'm not used to doing these sit down videos, to be honest. But yeah, I can't believe it. So we're probably not getting Nintendo World. However, the land that they've actually bought is a lot. I haven't got any of the stats. I'm just got to go off from what I know. I did go to the consultation last year at the Kimberley College, I think it was called. So we did that last year. That was amazing to go and see that. So I've seen the plans. I know what they're planning to do, how it's got to go. I'm not sure about the rides and the areas, but I've got a gist of it, of what's actually going there. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, I can't believe it. Like, I'd love to get a Jaws ride. I'm a massive fan of Jaws, so we're not sure. We'll have to wait and see what happens when they actually start building it, because even when Epic Universe, which is opening up in May, the 22nd of May, which is only like a couple of months away, in fact it's next month, it looks amazing what they've actually built compared to the concept art, which was pretty spot on to what they've actually built. But they did actually do a lot of changes and stuff in the park, with theming and rides, and some of the show venues and stuff are not actually built in the park. But the concept art, I mean, you've probably seen it, it's on screen. I'll zoom in on certain areas of what I've actually seen. But yeah, it's got to bring £50 billion into the UK economy. I did actually put a short up this morning, so I hope you enjoyed that. That went down really well. I was surprised how many views I've had off that. It's got to be amazing. Like, I can't believe it. I will be 51 51 when this actually gets built in 2031. So it's a long way off. It does seem a long time, but construction, it'll fly by. It really will. You saw the construction footage on all sorts of social media of Epic Universe, and like, it's opening like next month. It's hard to believe. So, and it does look good. I've tried to stay away from spoilers from there, and I've seen a couple of vlogs. Tim the Tracker ones was probably the best one I've seen. They weren't allowed to film on the rides. However, there was a lot of people with these silly Ray-Ban spy glasses filming on it. So if you do go, please don't spoil it for anyone, because I don't want to see any of the dark rides which sound and seem incredible. So hopefully we get that sort of level of detail here in the UK. So yeah, it's being built in Bedfordshire, at a place called Kempston Hardwick. It's just off, it's not far from the M1, Milton Keynes, Birmingham and surrounding cities are like an hour away. It's a couple of hours away from London. It's just amazing, like the fact that we're actually getting this park. And I've seen comments today on people's posts and stuff, and it's like the Sun will post an article, and the amount of people are saying, oh, we'll infect on the traffic and no one will go, it'll be so expensive. We don't know yet. It's 6 years is a long way from now, so they are actually in the stage of building a train station. Maybe that'll get expanded in the plans along the years of them building it to accommodate 4 platforms. Kempston Harwick train station is getting an upgrade to have a bigger platform. That whole line there that goes through Kempston Harwick, you can get on a train, well, here where I live in Bicester Village, just literally 5 minutes away. You go sort of west direction, it takes you to Oxford, and then that whole line, that's getting upgraded to have better trains. That's going all the way over to Bedford. So, actually, I think it's actually going to Cambridge, making the line even longer. So the infrastructure for it's going to be really good. So don't worry about that. But yeah, the park itself, it's got to create a lot of jobs, and hopefully I get to work on it, which is, it'd be a dream. It really would be a dream to do something like that. I've built a lot of things around the world. Well, let's say around the world, in the UK anyway. From apartment blocks to homeless people accommodation, and I'm building a Thames Valley Police forensics unit at the minute, so that's why I've not posted much on my crane channel. So I wanted to respect the fact I'm building something for the police. So yeah, the vlogs for that channel will be coming back soon for the people that are really excited for the crane stuff. But yeah, I hope I get to work on it. That would be a dream. But yeah, you've got to obviously respect, there's a lot of channels, especially when it was sort of announced a couple of years ago, that a couple of channels just popped out of nowhere. So there's like 3 that I know of, brand new channels just dedicated to cover this whole build from the start. I've seen some really good stuff, and now all of a sudden everyone's doing it. So it's, Digital Dan, big shout out to Digital Dan is really good at what he's been doing. Jack Suckzone started doing some stuff, and obviously Theme Park Worldwide and a few others. I was got to go after work and get some footage, but at the minute there's no point. It's a field with a fence around it. You're not going to see anything. Oh God, probably at least a couple of months. They said they won't start construction until next year, but they've still got to get all the groundwork done, the pipe work in, the infrastructure for the roads. It's going to take a long time before we see any rides going up or anything like that. They probably haven't even started construction. The 2 massive coasters that we can see that are being built, one of them's obviously some sort of interim launch coaster. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a Back to the Future themed roller coaster, because there was rumours knocking about that they wanted to build one in Florida, get rid of the Simpsons ride and rebrand it as another Back to the Future ride, and it would have been a coaster. That was sort of a rumour knocking around, and hopefully get one here in the UK. That facade at the front, it looks like it's going to be the plaza in Back to the Future Hill Valley. It looks like the clock tower. It's a no-brainer. But someone said it could be a Marvel themed. It could be anything. Subject to planning permission and changing. We don't really know what's going there. So as you walk in the park, it looks stunning. It really does. You've got the globe there. Off to the side, once you've walked in the park, you've got the hotel, which looks massive. But I would have thought that would have been somewhere else, maybe a bit closer. So a lot of people were saying the hotel's there and you walk in the gate and it's, you're in the park. So I'm quite surprised that they built it in the park and it's off to the side as you walk in. I know with Epic Universe, the hotel, the main one, Grand Helios, is at the back of the park, so you get the view looking in. So this one you'll get like a side view, but I don't know, it'll look stunning, and 500 bedrooms expected to be put in there. So yeah, the main other things that they've obviously not shown you on the concept as well is the fact that they're planning on building like a city walk area, so that's not on there. So we'll see what happens throughout the coming years, but the fact that it's actually been planned and had the go ahead by the backing of the government. They know it's a no-brainer, like, to bring in so much potential business to other places as well in the local area. So you got the local hotels and the other big business hotels in the area that would benefit from this. Other parks will sort of benefit. You know, you come over to the UK, or say you go to Florida for a holiday, you go for either a week or 2 weeks. So if you're coming over to Universal Studios UK or Great Britain, you got to go to other theme parks if that's what you want to do. You know, you can go down to the Warner Brothers Studios Harry Potter making if you want to. They'll probably end up putting some sort of bus route on for that. I mean, there's the possibilities are endless, so we don't know. We sort of know from the concept art that there might not be Harry Potter, but there still could be something based around Harry. I don't really know. Apparently there's 4 themed lands going in, and we don't know what any of them are, you know, other than looking at the concept art. You know, you got the big lake in the middle, which looks stunning, always looks great in a park. You walk in and you get the vista and the views, and you're walking in and seeing that massive green coaster at the back looks stunning. It really will. It'll look really cool looking across the lake in the middle and seeing that big coaster at the back, which looks like a B&M hyper coaster. That's the only sort of thing I could think of, and it looks like that on the concept. But again, we don't know the finer details. People are saying that could be part of a Wicked themed area, but the movie's just come out. I know that, but in 6 years' time, the film will be 7 years old. So, plus everyone loves the Wizard of Oz. And then next to that, on the left-hand side, it looks like a Jurassic World area. Hopefully get the ride from Universal Studios in Beijing, because that looks stunning. That dark ride looks amazing. So I'd love something like that. Someone talks about, is there going to be a Ghostbusters ride? I don't know. That would have been cool. But yeah, it looks like we're getting like a Minions land and some small sort of children's areas. We don't really know if they've got to be DreamWorks themed, or we literally don't know at the moment. So yeah, just wait and see. But I'm so excited for it. I really am. The amount of stuff that I've seen today, but yeah, with the construction with it as well, it's going to be a long time. So please bear that in mind. I know every channel wants to cover this, and they want the press invites for the first day, and they want to get the drones up and the good pictures and the footage, but you won't see anything happen on there for a couple of months at least. They'll start bringing in the wagons and that top section, which I ain't even talked about. So you've got the Kempston Hardwick and the road that goes in between the two lands, or the two areas of land that they've bought. This is Comcast that owns Universal, by the way. That top section's, that's just got to be for all the construction machines and all the everything, like, you know, all the sort of, you know, transported stuff will go in there, and then they'll just wagon it in onto the site. So the bottom parcel of land is where they're going to be building the theme park and the city walk and the car park as well. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I mean, they might change the complete plans, what they've even thought about doing, but it will take a long time. But yeah, be respectful for anyone working on that site for now. You know, I wouldn't, you know, obviously if I end up working on that, I'm not saying I will, but it's a dream to operate a tower crane on there. There would be a lot of cranes. I know that, because with like places like in Florida and some other countries, they've got the infrastructure with the roads to take in massive crawler cranes, which are like they're like a huge digger, if you will, on big tracks, and they're massive, and they've got a big bit. You must have seen them if you followed the construction from Universal Parks over the years, building Harry Potter. And I actually know a guy that was a tower crane operator on Hagrid's motorbike Creature Adventure, if that was the complete name for it. I always forget that one. He was a tower crane operator on there, and he was sending me like sneaky pictures. That won't be allowed. So it'd be so strict on there. Nobody, like anyone working on that site, will have to sign an embargo and that sort of thing. So you won't be allowed to take any pictures. So again, you just got to be respectful with the construction with this. You go in later on, the amount of drones that are going to be flying through the air, and people don't want to be stood underneath those and while they're working, because of the privacy of people working on site. So yeah, it's a funny one. I'm so excited for it. I can't wait, but I'd rather wait until I know that they've actually put the digger in the ground and they put all the concrete down for the cranes, because I know there'll be a lot of cranes on there. I mean, a 500 room hotel will be massive. You'll probably need 3 on there, and then all the dark rides and they'll probably use tower cranes to build the coasters as well, because they look fairly compact. So you could put a crane in the middle and then do all the work around it, lift all the pieces in from different areas. It also looks like the park will have some expansion room. There's a couple of sections in the park where there's a lot of green area, so we could potentially see like Nintendo World, or I don't know what, I think I can remember what the other area, like a Dark Universe part in it. We don't know, so we just have to wait and see. Like I said, the north parcel of land could be like an extension for a second gate park, even like an indoor water park or something like that. So yeah, I'm so excited. Like I'd love to go through the park map and tell you what rides are what, but nobody knows. Everyone's saying different things. Some people are seeing social media posts and going, oh, I think it's that, like the Waterworld show that apparently we might be getting. Waterworld's a really old film now, and it didn't actually do that well. It's great in California where I've seen it, and it would do well in Florida. In fact, when Florida opened up, at some point in their life, they did have a Waterworld show. That was, where the body of water is just outside the Simpsons and the Harry Potter ride, and the water there. They had like a show on there. They actually had the boat on that was in the film on there, and they did a little show. So they've had Waterworld there, but I can't see it coming to the UK. I really can't. I'd love to see that be something completely different, UK sort of, like talks of a James Bond stunt show, but I'd rather see that replaced from the Bourne stunt show that they have in Florida, because that's incredible. That's such a good show to watch. In fact, it's one of the best I've ever seen. So I'd love that, and some classic rides. I don't know, children's rides, flat rides, theatres, shows, a night show, the Halloween Horror Nights that they do, Mardi Gras. They'll do the lot. The park will be open all year round as well. I'm guessing pricing wise as well, because no one's even talked about this. I reckon possibly around 80 to £120 a day. Possibly. I think over £100 would be so expensive, because you've got to think of the demographic of people going to the other parks in this country. Like Polton's is probably one of the most expensive. I think that's 68 on the door. So if you just turn up, but if you pre-book it, it's like 60 quid. So I'm guessing Universal would be around the £80 a day mark. That's what I would pay, and then let's say 140 or something for a 2-day. I don't know. I'm just going off on one now, but yeah, this video's like, what is it? I can't say it. Nearly 19 minutes long so far. But yeah, I just wanted to go through some things that I've brought up and what I've seen. Yes, I will be going down to the site at some point, but like I said, we in fact we actually wanted to go. Oh God, last year now, because we did actually go into Bletchley near Milton Keynes, and you can get the train from there to Bedford, which obviously goes past Kempston Hardwick. When we turned up on a Sunday, that line wasn't running, so it's that quiet that line does hardly get used. People use cars from Bletchley or whatever, Milton Keynes to Bedford, because it's not that far away, and you've got Gulliver's Milton Keynes there, which is pretty good, but you've got to have kids to go there. This Universal will be open for everyone. Anyway, it's about 20-minute long video. I hope you've enjoyed this one. I seriously can't believe it. Sorry if I keep looking down. I've got my phone there. It looks all right. I've framed it quite well. Got the Jaws t-shirt on. I need to get a Back to the Future one now, or don't I? I think I've got a Jurassic Park. I don't know. I love Universal. The first time I ever went to Florida I was 15, and they're not even built Islands of Adventure, which is one of the best theme parks in the world. So if they can put the two together and make one great place, then I'm all for it. I really am. And it's about an hour. Well, I looked because I was got to nip down after work and just go. I'm here at the fence and the field. There's nothing else to see, you know. So, but I'm here anyway. But I will do that at some point. I was got to do it in this video, but I thought I'd just sit down. I mean, this is my gaming room, by the way. I've got my 55-inch TV there, 4K telly, my PS5 down there, and it's all set up quite nice. And I've got some stuff here, but I'm not going to show you. And obviously me thing there, my star from Mario. And then that's an office over on that side. So I'm not going to show you in this because it's a bit of a mess. We've got clothes drying over there as well. But anyway, this video is about Universal. So today I've just not stopped thinking about it, and then if I'd added the day off, this video would have been out a lot earlier. Everyone's doing them, but it's been going a long time. But yeah, Universal Studios, Great Britain, UK, Bedford, whatever they call it. They could even call it Universal Studios England, for all I know. It's got the go ahead. It's actually happening. I know the London resort, that was a bit of a pipe dream. That was backed by Paramount to begin with, and it wasn't in the right place. It wasn't great. That was like 12 years ago when that was announced now. So Universal Studios is definitely going ahead. Mind blown, like literally mind blown. I'll definitely be getting some sort of annual pass for there, that's for sure. Anyway, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for next time I upload another video. If you've enjoyed it, please give the video a double thumbs up, or just a single one will do. If you've enjoyed it, if you want more of these sort of sit down videos, sometimes obviously I've got to do it when there's no one here because I'll have a small barking yappy dog wanting to play with me, so I won't be able to film it. I get distracted. So if you want more of these, like updated top 10s, just with me sitting here, I have done these sort of videos before, and I thought I've found them a bit boring, even just editing them, because there's probably no cuts in this. It's just me straight talking for 20 minutes. And yeah, if you've enjoyed it, let me know. I'll do more. But anyway, I've been Andy. You've been watching Coaster Crazy, and Universal Studios is coming to the UK or Great Britain. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.